And it's just because their cuts aren't perfect. So, okay guys, so it's Scott. I'm out in Lakewood in the new show home, and I just want to show you some of the stuff we've got done. We've got some plumbers working downstairs. We'll go down there and have a look at what's going on because we got our floor poured and everything. It's been cold and rainy here, so we've had a few things stop, but the exterior's all done now, so we're good there. So Chester came in and finalized this the other day. I talked about it. Fireplace is here. So what he did is he finalized all the framing up top here. We'll set all these, and that'll be done when the electricians show up probably next week to finalize the basement. So that's all done. This shower enclosure, the plumbers will take that downstairs today. They'll put the hot water tank in. And here's some of the stuff. Again, we put backing in for our cabinetry. So we got our backing all done. We've got our bulkhead built so that our cabinetry fits up tight against that so you don't have anything above there. So that's done. We've got it done over here just so you can see it all. What else can I tell you about? Let's go downstairs. Most of this stuff is all cleaned up. We'll go downstairs and see what the guys are doing. Come on. So we're down in the basement. The plumbers are here doing some stuff. I got Nuno back here. He's putting in the water lines today. But I wanted to show you a couple of things. So Chester had a great idea. Yeah, we've got our furnace going in here. And so he just got this all insulated for us. And the reason for that is that when we put the furnace in here, we don't have to get behind it to insulate. So we got that done. We also got done behind the shower over here, which I'll show you, which you have to do because you can't get in after. So up on that wall, you can see with Nuno coming down right now, we've got our insulation all around there. That has to be done. These are the water lines. It's called Upinar. It's a PEX. So everybody's heard about Poly B, and obviously that's not available anymore. So this is what we use. And how these work is there's a sleeve that goes over top of this, and they have a tool that expands it, and then they put their fitting inside there, and that sleeve tightens back up, and that holds it in place. So that's how that works. So any 90s or any fittings that go in it, that's what they do. So we don't want to disturb Nuno because he works like a maniac. So, okay, a couple of things about, well, obviously this is a vent pipe. So this is what's going to be for our drain that comes over to the sink that we have over here. And this is what allows the air to get through there so that the water will flow. I explained that in one of our other videos. So if you're to try and pour water into something that doesn't have a vent that allows air to get in there, it doesn't flow because, well, the whole idea is, I don't want to get into all of this, but basically the vent is what prevents water from building up and preventing it from just draining easily. So there you go. We're gonna have a bar sink here. And here's some more of the stuff where we have all of our plumbing coming over to our main drain stack. So Mason will show you that with some of the close-up videos. But you can see here, you see how he's got marked H and C? That stands for hot and cold. And that's really important. Every once in a while, somebody gets that a little screwed up. and then you have hot water going into your toilet, so they have to switch all that. So anyways, we don't have that problem with Nuno anymore. Anymore. So what else can I show you down here? The heating guys are coming, and they're probably going to come here later today. So they've dropped off all of their stuff, and they'll get their furnace hung and that kind of thing. After all of that's in, what we have to do is we spray foam all the joist ends. And anywhere we have a cold air return, we have to actually paint that with a fire protection paint, because it leads into the cold air return. And the idea is that if you have a fire in there, you don't want it going straight into your ducting system. So I'll show you all that when we get to that stage. What to know about is when you look around here at the framing and how Chester does things, it's just impeccable. So he does PL 400 around all the bottom plates. And there's a couple of reasons. He does that for a sealing, meaning a seal between the outside and the inside, because we put poly on top of this, insulation then poly. And yeah, it just keeps everything looking really nice and neat and tidy. So one more thing that he does that a lot of guys don't, doesn't mean that it's the best of the best. There will always be people saying, well, there's no need for it, but it's just what he does, and I like it in our homes. So when you look at all the wood in here, how it is, it's straight, it's plumb, it's just a great job. So I like to brag about them. What else can I show you down here? All right, so talking about how straight everything is, I just wanted you to see when you look down these walls, how everything is done well. You'll see people that have gaps between the bottom of their 2x4 or 2x6 and their plates. And it's just because their cuts aren't perfect. So if they're not perfect, you know, this one might be a little bit longer than this one, and this one might be a little bit shorter. And so you'll see that. And is it structural? It's not structural. It doesn't matter. It just matters to how I like to see it. And they do a great job. The joists here are sitting on the concrete wall. So this has nothing to do with our floor system at all. When you get upstairs, we try to have our 2x4s landing where the joists are. So anyways, but that's not really that structural either, but it's just how we like it. Again, our heating guys are supposed to be here today. I want some of the stuff done before the weekend, so we've got that planned. And you can hear this sound in the background, or maybe you can't because we got noise canceling on. But that is what I was talking about, the tool they use to expand the pipe to get their fitting in there, and then that sleeve clamps back down on whatever the fitting is. Okay, so one other thing that I wanted to talk about was right in this box. And I've mentioned it before in some previous videos, but this is a backwater pressure valve. And what that is your sewer goes out and there's a flap that would prevent it from coming back in. So let's just say you have some sort of backup out in the system. You don't want that all filling up your basement. So those are installed all over now. Backwater pressure valves, important thing that you don't want. I mentioned when I was going around showing the poly before we poured that I had a red mark here, and that is where our storm sewer goes, so that we can get at that as well. So we have covers that go on top of those. Everything's good. This is our hot water tank. It's a 50-gallon, so it's power vented, and it's all high efficiency now. So anyways, there you go. More information. Hope it helps you. So Mason's always asking me to point out stuff that I don't think of. So here's something. So on the side of the stairs, we have our 2x4 walls. And of course we nail that into the stair. But what Chester and his crew do is they also PL that. And what that does is holds it solid. So when you walk downstairs, and you may know this, you've been through some houses where you hear that the squeaking. That's because this is rubbing on this. Because this hole, this is called a stringer, moves up and down, squeaks on this piece of wood. So by doing this, we prevent that squeak. So it's nailed, peeled, and then when this goes, it's solid. So people walk up and down, not a problem. So one of the things that I find interesting, I don't know if you will, but it's one of the things we do. So there you go.